In Time, a science fiction motion picture. Very interesting, thought provoking, appreciated by the critics, which is relevant. By the way, um, this is more of a joke, as evident from the screams coming from behind. So you're better off not watching this. This is not for real, as they say. It's just all fun. And it's meant to be for my grandchild who might be interested to see what his crazy family was doing 2 centuries ago. In Time, Justin Timberlake, Amanda Seyfried, in a movie. Oh, determina. Which may make one think of Seneca, Stoics in general. Seneca said, well, many wise things, but among them, life is not short. The problem is not that limited amount of space, but what we do with time. We deal with time as if it's in unlimited supply, as if it's a commodity that we don't. What are you doing? I'm just killing time. So, this is a movie that reminds one of what time means. So, if not only for that, it's really special. In this dystopian future, they don't trade with money anymore, but time. You want a coffee, you have to give 4 minutes. You want something else, you want to cross into the special area, the rich and poor, in time, which is the currency again. So you want to cross into the rich man's land, you pay a lot. You pay this barrier 1 month, and then because Will, the character played by Justin Timberlake in the leading role, quite good, or maybe very good, we should say. He observes after a few barriers, by the time he's approaching this special place, a Monaco, let's say, of the future. Well, I've given a whole year. Well, welcome to Monaco of the future, let's say. To begin with, our hero is poor. That is short of time. He lives from one day to the other. And so is his mother Olivia Wilde. Very good too. There, if you're thinking, yeah, but that's the small difference between Olivia Wilde and Justin Timberlake. So how can she be on screen? Well, that's because once you reach 25, you stay the same. In other words, we meet somebody who is 105 but looks 25 because you keep the same, it's science fiction, remember, look, and you're adding time if you have. If not, and most people on Earth don't, and they die, they expire because they deal with from one day to the other with days, hours, and minutes. They don't have, except for the rich, who have so much more time. Then there will be an explanation of the politics of the thing. Well, there isn't enough room, so what can they do? They just have people expire, have people die, and only the rich keep going, and they can keep going on and on and on. And then there's also a problem, interesting, in that our good guy, the hero, Termina, is set on helping the others. Evidently, that's what good people do, right? Unless, of course, role models change. If we look at the leaders of the world now, the free world, some once upon a time respectable countries, it looks like, no, you're not. That's not the model anymore. You have to be selfish. You have to be. Anyway, So he's trying to help and give time. But as it happens, he's not helping them because they become targets. But furthermore, um, worse. No, this is not worse. It's in the same following the same pattern. Or it's bad because it's futile. It's not worse. It's futile. That's better said. I hope. The controllers they have a time. They have time controls, cops and people who check the time. Those who control the world just raise the prices. You can have 100 years given by this Good Samaritan, but if it costs you 1 year for coffee, or you see what I mean, 1 year for bread, you're gone in a very short time because they just inflation. They just ask for more. Indeed, in the scene with the coffee, 4 minutes. It was 3 minutes. You want coffee or you don't. That's the rule. And early on, he meets with an immortal. Then you have also, that's as one critic observed, what I'm doing, and I keep suggesting this, is look on IMDb and click on the Metascore. Unless, of course, it's 20. Or even that, it can be, it is rewarding, in fact, very often, because if the film is a bomb, but something stupid, well, that doesn't mean the critics haven't found something very clever, funny to say, and that they're very good. They're very good. Excellent critics. The Metascore deals with the important ones: Variety, Time, New York Times, and so on. So one talked about the philosophy. Indeed, there's philosophy, because you have this man who has on his your clock is shown on the wrist. He has over 100 years, whereas in this neighborhood where he is, the poor part of the world, which is what most places are. Evidently, you can't have the majority, like today and forever, billionaires. You can't have billionaires, unless, of course, the others have trillions, thousands of trillions. Termina. Or who knows? Maybe there's another alternative for the future. Let's not get too much into that. Anyway, this man has a lot, but he doesn't want any more. So there's this idea. I mean, I can add, but I can keep going, and I don't look 105, or more. But that's for the body. The brain is affected, so he doesn't want. He's seen a lot. He's been through a lot. He doesn't want to live anymore. So he commits suicide. But before that, he transfers the money to our hero, who then goes on to gamble, meets Amanda Seyfried, aka Miss Weiss, the daughter of a tycoon who has a lot of time. There's a romantic story. They become lovers and start robbing banks to give time, because that's what banks have, time. I'm saying that's the third time. It's time. And that's very important, because that's what we should be concentrated on the best use of our time. It's better to be time affluent, like we are, than to have money, to be materially affluent. And it's not the simple story again. So Robin Hood, which they play at, giving away fortunes to the poor, time, and it's all good. No, as I said, they become targets because you have bandits, those who look for the hero and the main female character. There's this time control. But people get killed so that they can steal time from them. And as I said, the problem is then inflation. Will it work? Is this also the present? In a way, it is. It is. Time is valuable. It's the only thing that counts even today. So it's a very good, very interesting movie.